if you're watching this, there is a good chance that there is a water dragon guide around you trying to get your attention. Consider yourself lucky. Water dragons are very high vibrational beings. They can be very unconditionally loving, very healing, very gentle, very wise, and they can help you amplify and develop your psychic abilities. But if you don't believe, if you're not feeling convinced that you have a water dragon guide around you, here are 9 signs that you do. Sign number 1 is that you are a very emotional and emotionally sensitive person. Basically, you are that person that cries at every Disney movie, okay? Maybe you're the type of person that you see someone else crying and then you cry too. Basically, you could just be, sitting, having an otherwise good day, sitting around, and then all of a sudden, spontaneous crying. And that is something that's very attractive to the water dragons who resonate with these deep emotions. Sign number 2 is that you are very likely an empath or an HSP, highly sensitive person, and just all around a bleeding heart type. So going off of sign number 1, it's like you see someone else crying, you really feel for them. You see something terrible happen in a movie, even though it's not real, you really feel it. You feel it as if it is real. You feel for that person. You're just very empathic. You have a big heart and a loving soul. You want everyone to be happy. You want everyone to feel loved. And if that's not happening, you feel it and it hurts. And again, this is very attractive to the water dragons because it's a quality they also hold. So basically, this means that you're vibrating at the same frequency as your typical water dragon. Sign number 3, more of a surface level sign, is if you are familiar with your astrology in your birth chart, likely you will have a lot of water energy, a lot of water placements in your astrology. And I encourage you to check out all of the placements in your chart, not just focusing on the sun sign or even just the big 3, because a lot of people, they will just be like, oh, I'm a water sign, this is for me. While meanwhile, maybe most of their placements are in fire signs. So your dominant elemental energy could in fact be different from your sun sign and even your big 3. Sign number 4 is that you have a strong resonance with music, okay? Maybe you receive synchronicities through songs. Maybe you get these earworms, these songs that they get stuck in your head and you don't know why they're there and they play over and over and over again. Maybe when you listen to music, you just feel it. You get goosebumps just listening to music. It takes you on an emotional journey, and it's very easy for you to tap into your emotions while listening to music. Maybe also you create music yourself. Maybe you are a singer, maybe you play an instrument, maybe you write music, but there tends to be a strong correlation between music and water dragons. So surprise, I didn't realize this until just now. But they're telling me that, yeah, if you play music and you're listening to deep music, there's a good chance you've got some water dragons around you. It very much is like a beacon, it attracts them. So 5, one of the not so great qualities that you might resonate with if you're a water dragon person is that you have depressive tendencies, okay? You may be diagnosed with depression. Even if not, you may just have this tendency more often than not to just feel depressed and get stuck in this heaviness, this gunk, this sadness, to be ruminating on the past, to feel nostalgic about things, to feel this sort of powerlessness at times. And this also is a quality that water dragons can resonate with, because there's 2 sides to every coin. It's not all love and light. It's not all butterflies and rainbows. So on the flip side, depression is a thing. Sign number 6 is that you have very vivid dreams. Maybe you easily remember your dreams, or you have lucid dreams even. Maybe you have prophetic dreams, but you have this, very vivid dreamscape, if you will. And this tends to be an easy way for you to communicate with the higher realms. So water dragons, for whatever reason, I don't know why this is necessarily. If you want to let me know in the comments, if you have any hits on this, let me know. But they're associated more so than the other elementals with dreams and dreaming. And this is also pro tip, this is a cool way to connect with your water dragon guide, is you can invite them to play with you right before you go to sleep, and you can go on a little trip with them to the dragon realm or somewhere else, and they will play with you. So going off of the last sign number 7 is that you are a highly psychic, highly intuitive person yourself. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, water dragons have this correlation to psychic abilities and psychic ability development. So if you're someone that's kind of like always been low-key psychic, even if maybe you didn't realize it at the time, because we're kind of brainwashed to suppress these psychic gifts, right? Because it's weird, it's unnatural, it's childish, it's all in your head, it's imagination. But you've probably always kind of had some sort of psychic ability in play, and likely if you're watching this video, you've come to a point where you are starting to awaken, to accept, and to develop those abilities. Water dragons want you to know that they can help you with that very thing, and particularly this guide that is with you, for you specifically, they want to help you develop these gifts. Sign number 8 is a very obvious one. You are drawn to literal water. So maybe you just like to listen to water ambiance. Maybe you love taking baths. Maybe you love to go swimming, and that helps you to like channel and discharge energy. Maybe you always want to live like close to the water. You're always going on walks at the ocean, at the lake, at the river, whatever, but you're drawn to water. And that's because likely there's clearly a correlation. Water dragons, surprise, they tend to congregate around water. And so likely when you go to these places and you're interacting with water in these ways, there are water dragons present, and maybe you picked one or two or many up, and that's why you're seeing this video. Finally, sign number 9 is that you, my friend, if you didn't know, if you haven't been able to accept this about yourself yet, you are a healer. It may seem right now like you're a wounded healer, like, you've just been through the ringer, you've experienced a lot of trauma and stuff, but you haven't started healing others. But don't worry, my friend. If you are a water dragon person, you are a healer. And maybe you've experienced, maybe you've played around with yourself, different energy healing modalities, for example, light language, let's say Reiki, stuff like that. Because the water dragons, again, very psychic, and they love that sort of stuff, and they will amplify it. They're very healing. So they often accompany healers kind of as familiars. So let me know in the comments, because I'm always curious, how many of these signs do you resonate with? Do you feel like you have a water dragon guide? Whether or not you do, the water dragons have one final message for you. And that is, going off of point number 9, they want you to know that as a healer, you deserve to be healed yourself. So it's time for you to start receiving healing yourself. And the water dragons want to give that to you. But if you are struggling to, kind of receive that, I would encourage you to join me and fellow Dragon Souls this month in my private community, the House of the Spirit Dragon, where on 12/12, we're going to do a powerful ritual with the water dragons where we will receive healing from them.